Okay, I forgot to bring my phone over here with me. So hopefully this is actually working. Let me see if I can. Where is. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff open on my desktop. Let's check on Google. I'll just open up this window. YouTube. Can you just go to YouTube? And how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Uh, well, maybe if you'd let me actually type it. Uh, oh, damn it. Mm. What is my pin then? Okay. What the just okay. So let's see. I don't want to go all the way. Grant G is here and says hi, Alan. He doesn't say I have a blank screen, so I'm going to assume I don't have a blank screen. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and open this up. It's Flint from it just says Flint, not like Deschel Flint Fairborn. So I guess they were able to trademark the name Flint. And as many people have pointed out, the artwork on here probably could have been a little better and looks like a yelling Ben Shapiro. At worst, it looks like Ben Shapiro. At best, it looks like Richard Benjamin. But the figure itself looks okay. It's one of those things where like, you can tell they were trying to make this look like the figure, but I don't think they did a very good job. And I don't even know why they bothered to resculpt Flint's head anyway. I liked the head sculpt that they had for Flint in the earlier classified figures. I thought it was pretty good. And I thought it would have worked fine for a classic Flint. But apparently somebody at Hasbro thought better. You know, like with Duke, I think I would have rather just had a consistent head sculpt. I think that would have been my thing. I went ahead and cut the tape on the back here so I can open it up more easily. But yeah, he's got a lot of accessories in here, and not as many as I would like, but we'll get to that in a second, in a little bit. But this is a more accurate to the original figure version of Flint than what we had last time too. I thought the first classified Flint figure was pretty good, but it, for various reasons, it looked a bit different from the original Flint figure. You can see this one has the sleeves rolled all the way up past the elbow, whereas it was rolled up to like just before the elbow on the other one because they reused Duke's body. And this is one where like they've got more parts to choose from now, and they've got a little bit more of a budget, so they can make new parts. And he's got different hands. He's got a removable beret. He's got the backpack with dynamite sticks on it. He's got a shotgun. He's got an automatic pistol, and of course a figure stand. And here's the cross-cell artwork on the back with we opened up CoverGirl in the last episode, and eventually I'll get the Televiper so we can open him up, but I don't have him currently. Let's read the file card real quick. Flint Fairborn Dashel R has a little asterisk next to it and says fictional name, and then fictional name, I guess, in several different languages. I got a mustache hair in my mouth. Ugh. I hate that. Anyway, role warrant officer, primary military specialty infantry, secondary military specialty helicopter pilot, birthplace Wichita, Kansas, a former Rhodes Scholar and thorough tactical planner. Flint personally led half a dozen rescue missions in hostile territories that, for obvious reasons of security, were never publicized, let alone admitted to. So, again, just kind of an abbreviated version of his original file card. I do wish that they would just have English on the back and have the full file card. And likewise, for the other countries, they could have their own the other languages could have their own languages, the full file card in its own language. Just switch out the black plates. Does it really cost you that much? There is the figure stand. It's the G.I. Joe figure stand with the star and stripe logo on it. We'll set that aside for now. And go ahead and get this guy opened up. I do try to take the figure stand out of there first when I can think about it, because usually it winds up falling to the floor if I don't. So let's go ahead and get these accessories out of the package. We'll start with the beret. Put that on his head once we get the figure out. And then he's got several brown gloved hands. There's 2 solid fists, 1 for each hand. And then we got a pointing hand, which I always like pointing hands. And then we've got this slightly more open hand. And it does not want to come out of here, does it? Come on. Come on, you little bastard. And then, of course, once it does want to come out, it wants to come out too much and goes falling to the floor. Ah, jeez. There it went. Okay. So there's that hand. And like I said, this is probably made to hold the shotgun. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. And then we've got the sidearm automatic pistol. There we go. And the shotgun. And of course, the original Flint figure, that was his main armament, was a shotgun. It was molded in green plastic. This one is black with some green detailing to it. Looks very nice. The original classified figure came with this kind of like fictional looking shotgun. One might say science fictional looking shotgun. And I remember they got fancy with that one and had it where it could open up and you could put the shotgun shells in it. And then it also had the pump on the front like this one had. And a friend of mine had pointed out, who knows more about guns than I, had pointed out that you don't need both of those things. They both basically function the same. They both have the same function, basically. And then Flint himself was not held in with any rubber tabs or anything like that. Thank you, Hasbro. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about these accessories first. And we'll put the beret on his head and see how that fits on him. And I'm going to try to put it on him at a little bit of an angle because the original vintage figure had his beret at a little bit of an angle. And I think that looks pretty good. Might be a little crooked as far as not the angle I was going for, but how the flash is lined up with the eyebrow there. I think that's a little better. But there we go. This head looks a lot better than the packaging. All right, so let's go ahead and get this. The automatic pistol. There's that. So it looks pretty cool holding that. And I am a little disappointed they didn't find a way to get a knife onto this guy. You know, like, you know how I am with G.I. Joe figures. I like for him to have, like, a main weapon. That would be this. A sidearm. That would be this. And some kind of bladed weapon. Now, I didn't really complain about CoverGirl not coming with a bladed weapon, but she also came with a wrench and a sledgehammer, so we can let that slide. I can forgive that on CoverGirl. Oh, they also did a good job with the boots here, where it's got those green panels on the boots like the original figure had, and you can see the brown camouflage on the olive green pants, the black shirt. Got the paratrooper badge there, green web gear with shotgun shells in it, black and bronze shotgun shells, and he's got the two belts like Flint had in the original figure, and holster on the side here that's attached to the web gear, and he looks cool. And they got him a little green watch over here, and the brown gloves that Flint has traditionally. So now that we've seen him holding the pistol, I'm going to take that out of his hand and put it here in his holster. See how well that fits. Relatively snugly. It could fit a little better. It's not super loose, but it's not super tight either. And even if I press it in all the way, it still seems like it comes out a little easily. So do be careful with that. And then we got the shotgun. You got a shotgun. I get that in. And mine seems to be like a little warped from the packaging. Like, not a whole lot, but enough that I can tell it's a little warped. Maybe it's not coming across on the camera. I don't know. So you could have him just gripping the other end of the shotgun with this hand. I think you could just kind of, peel the fingers back and kind of fit it around there like that if you didn't want to fool with that. But if you don't want to take a chance on getting that all warped and bent out of shape, he does come with, like I said, one of these additional hands is like this slightly more opened hand, and you can kind of rest the shotgun on it like that. So that's pretty cool. And then the other hands are the fists, which I usually don't fool with, and the pointing hand, which is really cool. But you would have to take the gun out of the right hand to do that with, since it's only for the right hand. But you could put the gripping hand back on the left hand and have him holding the gun with the left hand if you want him to. Maybe Flint's ambidextrous and he can hold the gun with whatever hand he wants to. So that would be nice. All right, so, but I think he looks pretty cool like that with the shotgun, which is pretty much how you want to have Flint anyway. So let's go ahead and, it's got the backpack too. We might as well see him with the backpack. And yeah, I probably should have done all this before I did the articulation, but that's Flint all geared up as he would have looked in the 1980s, as we remember him. There we go. So they did a nice job with this figure. He's got like just a little bit of stubble. Just a little bit of stubble, like airbrushed on there. So not a whole lot. Sometimes these figure companies can kind of overdo it with the stubble a little bit, but I think they did a decent job with this one. I think that's about it I have to say about the painting. So let's go ahead and talk about the articulation. I'm going to take the backpack back off and take the shotgun out of his hand. I think I can leave the beret on. I don't think that's going to interfere with the articulation too much. So Flint can look up about that far. He can look down about that far, tilt his head kind of quizzically from side to side, rotate the head all the way around. Of course, the arms rotate all the way around the shoulders, and he's got that butterfly joint on there, so the arms can move backwards about that far, forwards about that far. They can raise up to the sides about that far. He's got a bicep swivel, so the bicep rotates all the way around. He's got double jointed elbows. That's about the range of motion you get at the elbows. Flint does not have an ab crunch so much as he's got one of these kind of 25th anniversary style ab joints, which can move from side to side about that far, backwards and forwards about that far. Maybe we can get a little further. That's about as far as I can get it to go, I think. And then, of course, it should rotate all the way around at the waist, but the way the belt's set up, it's going to kind of interfere with that a little bit. But I think you can still get enough twisting at the waist motion that seems natural. Human beings can't really spin all the way around at the waist, so I don't really need it to spin all the way around at the waist. It has a realistic range of motion, and that's all I really care about. So he's got the drop down hips, like our GI Joe figures typically have these days, and he can kick up about that far. God damn, Flint, you've been doing Pilates or something? I don't think Snake Eyes could kick that far. All right. So then he's got a thigh. Oh, you can do the splits, no problem. There we go. We can do that too. Thigh cut, so that thigh rotates all the way around. And of course, again, the holster is strapped to the belt here, so it's gonna interfere with that a little bit. It is very snug on that thigh, but I guess if you wanted to push it up a little bit more, then you can do that. Where was I? Oh yeah, knee articulation. So he's got double jointed knees. That's about the range of motion you get at the knees. And he's got a boot cut, so the boot soles all the way around. His foot can point down about that far, and his foot can point up about that far, and then the foot rotates all the way around where the foot meets the ankle. So Flint is a really cool figure. They did a good job with him. And I know that there were some people who felt like that original classified figure could have been a bit more like the original figure. And I know my friend Rudy, Flint is his favorite character, and he was wishing that one could have been a little more like the original Flint. And I told him like a while back, I'm like, trust me, eventually they're going to get around to doing a retro card Flint, and then you're going to have your classic Flint. And I don't remember if he's gotten this one yet himself, but if you're watching this and you haven't, go ahead and do that, because I think this one will more than likely scratch that itch for you. But I think they did a really good job with them. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. So this was a fairly short review, fairly short video compared to like some of the other GI Joe videos that I've had lately. But the next episode, that should probably be a longer one, because now we're out of the basic figures and the retro card figures. So we'll move on to some of these other 2-packs. Now, I opened one of the 2-packs already with the Desert Scorpion and his Scorpion. So the next one, let's see, we've got Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer, and we've got Law and Order. So why don't I think I'll do Sergeant Slaughter next. Oh, and we've got the police officer still. We've got to open him up. So yeah, so there's a deluxe figure to open too. But I think that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure that you like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Flint, both the character specifically and the figure in general. And that's it for this episode. Oh, New England base assassin is here, and he says plenty of classified available these days around my area. Well, that's good. So you got your pick of the litter. Yeah, like these days, how it usually winds up for me in the stores is they'll show up and they'll go pretty quick. But I've seen like a lot of stuff lately. Managed to see it, and of course, like I try to pre-order a lot of stuff, so I'm make sure I don't miss it. And I've had him for a while now, him and CoverGirl, and I've been meaning to open them up for a while. But we had that whole Halloween thing where I was doing Halloween figures for that month, and eventually I got back to GI Joe. So, and we're almost done with GI Joe, and then I don't know what I'm going to do next after that, but we've got some more monsters. We've got some more DC. We've got some more Ninja Turtles. We got some more Masters of the Universe. There's always more of that stuff around here. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure that you like and subscribe, because YouTube likes it when I say like and subscribe. So I like to say like and subscribe, so then more people will see it. More people will like and subscribe, and vicious cycle there. Leave a comment. I like it when you leave comments, and let me know what you think about this figure and the character in general. And that's pretty much it. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.